Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for day 3 of playoff week. And tonight it is League One action again for us. Lincoln City versus Sunderland. Going to be kicking off there over in Lincoln in just under 15 minutes. After a bit of a squash, I have to say, in the first League One playoff semi-final, first leg, Oxford 0, Blackpool 3 last night. Blackpool, 1 foot in the final, 1.5 legs in the final. I don't know. It's going to take something pretty out of the ordinary for the winner of this game to not be, or the winner of this tie rather, to not be facing Blackpool in the final. So it's Lincoln versus Sunderland. It's the 4th versus 5th playoff semi-final. Obviously, the higher ranking team plays away first. Sunderland finished in 4th. Lincoln finished in 5th. Let me know that you can see me, hear me loudly, clearly. Do say hello in the chat. As I said last night, doing League One, give us a helping hand. I spend 95% of my time working on the championship. So yes, there is often a bit of bleed and a bit of knowledge that can help cover this. But I'm indebted to you guys, particularly with career paths and things of that nature, smartening me up on these teams and what's gone on this season as we go into this playoff semi-final first leg. We're going to get into the comments. We're going to have a look at the team news. Then we're going to watch the game. Before we do any of that, say a big thanks to our good friend, Charlie Frost, who sponsors all our watch-alongs. Charlie, 30 years at Laura Royal. Here is to many more. Absolutely, Charlie. He got involved over on Patreon. You can do the same. Patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. If you are a Patreon, Thursday Q&A tomorrow. Go figure. There's a clue in the title. Get your questions in over on Patreon. And you can also support via Super Chat any point in the broadcast. You know the deal. Greatly received any support if you've enjoyed what we've done. For the princely sum of absolutely nothing, though, do hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Get your comments in. Have your say, particularly when we're covering League One. I need your assistance for this one. Lincoln versus Sunderland. Let's just say hello in the chat to Joseph, come on Sunderland, Liam, Stefan, James, Chris, come on you imps. There we go. Nice mix there. Leeds 2021, Alistair, Owen, morning, where he is. Welcome, Annie, Luke, James, good question. Yes, I will get on to that. Has Lumley gone to Borough as well? I'm behind today, dearie me. Yes, okay, a couple of questions already on that. Can you remind me, halftime, we will talk about James Collins, who has signed for Luton. I didn't realise Joe Lumley had gone to Borough. Welcome, Ewan. Welcome, Sophie. John, going to be going to England, Romania. Lovely to hear. Great stuff. Welcome, Gaza. And I think we are all good there. Welcome, Shelley. In the chat there. George Long to Milton. The signings are starting out. Maybe we need to do a transfer update later in the week, evening to DJ Samuel, evening to Reagan as well. Yes, and I will talk about James Collins to Cardiff at halftime. We'll say one more hi there to James. Good evening to you, sir. And then we will get into the teams here. So it's 4th place Sunderland versus 5th place Lincoln. I will, as I did yesterday, just quickly throw up these graphs because they help me out to see where things have come from. Sunderland, obviously it was Phil Parkinson for the first part of the season, Lee Johnson for the second part of the season. Good start in the top 5 there. You can see if I remove my banner at the bottom up until about round 11. Middle of the season, not good, but then they came good. Lee Johnson in and doing the business there into the playoffs, 4th place. Lincoln been in the top 6 all season. Well, apart from that one game you can see about round 18 or whatever it is. And been in the top 2 for a great deal of the season as well, including right at the top of the pile for much of it. However, in the end, Hull and Peterborough doing the business. In goal for Lincoln is Joseph Bursick, who we are familiar with because he's been in the Championship with Stoke this season, and he's played for Doncaster, and he's played for Peterborough. Obviously, emergency loans and things of that nature, the 3-club rule notwithstanding, but Joseph Bursick starts in goal for Lincoln. Reagan Poole, Timothy Iyoima, Adam Jackson and Teo Aiden across the back. Ipswich fans will remember Teo Aiden, a particularly short loan spell he spent at Ipswich. George Grant, he's been excellent this season for Lincoln, good goal scoring midfielder. Liam Bridcut's been around forever. Brennan Johnson, son of David Johnson. Forest fans, Ipswich fans will remember him, and he's on loan from Forest, and he's probably not going to be playing in League One next season from what we've seen. Anthony Scully, Tom Hopper, Morgan Rogers up the top. On the bench for Lincoln, Sam Long, Cohen Bramall, Lewis Montsma, who apparently is a bit of a monster from set plays, Connor McGrandles, Max Sanders, Harry Anderson, Callum Morton. Any insight, any comments on the Lincoln team? Get them in. We'll do them all at the end. Let's speak a little bit about the Sunderland team there. Lee Burge in goal. Luke O'Neill of Netflix fame at right back. Bailey Wright, who we saw for Preston and Bristol City, I think, in the Championship. Tom Flanagan. Denver Hume is the rest of the back 4. Max Power, who we had at Wigan in the Championship. Josh Scowen was at Bristol City and QPR. Aidan McGeady, which sometimes I thought was too good for the Championship, let alone League One. Lyndon Gooch, Jordan Jones, and the goal scorer, Charlie Wyke. And we saw with Ellis Sims yesterday, a goal scorer can make a big difference in these games, can't he? Let's have a look at the bench. Remy Matthews, Callum McFadzean, Grant Ledbetter, plenty of experience there, Carl Winchester, Jack Diamond, Chris Maguire, and Ross Stewart on the bench. Get your thoughts in on either of those teams. Any insight you want to throw in as well will be greatly received, as we are about 5 or 6 minutes away from kickoff. I think we're going to see probably a montage of Charlie Wyke goals coming up on Sky. What a great season he and Aidan McGeady have had. Let's look at some comments. Jason, Lincoln lost 9 at home. Bit of a worry. Interesting team that high up in the league. Joseph, well, 4-0. We got a 3-0 yesterday. That was something, wasn't it? But yes, a 4-0. Unlikely, but you never know. Tim, Sunderland have no killer instinct and draw far too many games. I think Charlie Wyke might have a bit of killer instinct. You can see the overall winner of the tie needing penalties to go to Wembley. There we go. Thank you. Gaza, legend. I will drink to that. Thank you very, very much. Very, very kind. Thanks for the great coverage this season. Very kind. Gaza. What else have we got here in the chat? Looking forward to another stream. Victory Rose, you are very welcome. Liam, Conor McGrandles, ex-MK Dons. Plenty of links in tonight evening, Mr. E. Josh Scowen not play for Bristol City? Who did Josh Scowen play for? Someone smartened me up in the chat. John, going for a narrow 1-0 Lincoln win. Lincoln have won a crazy amount of penalties this season. Okay, we will be watching this space. 2-1, yeah. Actually, let's do that now. Get your predictions in for this one. Watch for the McGreedy cross. McGeady cross to Wyke. I saw Ipswich hammer Sunderland 5-2 when Sunderland were terrible in the Championship in 17-18, it would have been. And Aidan McGeady got an assist and then, I think 4-1 or 5-1 down, smashed one in the top corner from 30 yards. Excellent player. What else are we saying here? Barnsley. Thank you, Annie. Barnsley, not Bristol City. Sonny Bradley to Ipswich. We have on good authority is happening and is done, but hasn't been announced yet. So we will wait and see. But our good mate Phil over at TWTD says that's done. And he's normally got his ear to the ground on things like this. So expect Sonny Bradley to Ipswich to go through. Lots out of Luton at the moment. Again, we'll talk about James Collins at half-time. 1-1, says Annie. 3-1, says James. We've got a 4-0. We've got a 3-0. Scully, player to watch for the Imps. Can someone explain the Lincoln logo? What is it, Owen? They've not got their Lincoln shirts up there for the time being. So there we go. 2-0. 2-0 Sunderland. 3-1, says Jason. McGran was brought south by Alex Neil, returned to Falkirk before joining this roundabout route, isn't it? I once went on a UK tour, Sophie, that went from from Glasgow to Ipswich to Newcastle in consecutive nights or something ridiculous like that. We had to play the BBC Introducing Hometown show. There we go. Anything else? 1-1 says Carl Gaza. I'm supporting Sunderland tonight. Interesting. Dazelle to QPR. Looks like it's on the cards, doesn't it? Chris, Lincoln may have to settle for a draw as they've been better away. O'Neill always catches the eye for Sunderland. Grant, a wizard for Lincoln. Keep an eye out for Morton when he comes on. West Brom, low knee. Brilliant stuff. Luke, Ross Stewart, great goal-scoring target man from Ross County, moved to Sunderland. Brilliant stuff. Ewan says Lincoln 1, Sunderland 2. Sunderland the only team to have lost the playoff final. There we go. That's what I'm loving and still being promoted. So, yes, I think Ewan is referring to Sunderland losing to Swindon, who were punished for their financial irregularities, weren't they? And Ewan is correct. Sunderland lost the playoff final and were promoted. If you watch any of my excellent playoffs by the numbers videos, you will know all about that. Oh, a gargoyle, is it? Lovely. I've got one on the screen over here on SofaScore. There we go. Actually, can I bring it up there? It's a bit small on there, but yeah. There you go. Mystery Soul. Thank you, Sophie. Evening, Julian. Come on, Lincoln. He says, Lincoln to win and play Birmingham. Lincoln to win. Do you think Birmingham will be the surprise package next season? Possibly. We'll find out. It'll be a surprise, won't it? 2-1 Sunderland, says Carl. And lots of Bristol City fans wanting Lee Johnson to do the business. They're not bitter, are they, our Bristol City friends? One of their own there. Right, I'm going to set it to Lincoln 0, Sunderland 0. It says referee Hicks on my screen here. So, although that was incorrect, although Sky's just told me that we do have referee Hicks in charge of this one. It is Lincoln City versus Sunderland in the League One playoff semi-final first leg. Game number 4 of the week for us in the playoffs. We had 2 1-0 wins in the Championship, a 3-0 yesterday for Blackpool at Oxford. And we have kicked off. I will provide you with a timestamp as soon as is convenient, let's just say. And we will get into the action right now. Of course, SofaScore has gone doolally the second the game kicks off. So I may have to move my laptop across for some player identification reasons for sure. Absolute sod's law. In fact, I'm probably going to have to do that right now. Else we're not going to be able to call the action. Most games this season, say Sky. Lincoln City, 52 games this season. Where can we put this then, guys? Let's go. Well, let's just go vaguely like that. You can't see that, can you? No. There we go. That's all right. Just don't want to drop me a beer in it, do I? Long ball through straight away. Oh, and it's gone loose edge of the box. They were nearly in behind. Brennan Johnson plays it out wide. Hopper on the edge of the box. It's gone out to Regan Poole. It's just a direct ball down the middle then. And they nearly snuck in early on. Plenty of forward runners, plenty of pressure on those Sunderland centre-backs there, but couldn't quite get in. Aidan McGeady just kicks the ball away and tells Denver Hume at left-back, look, slow this down, calm down. This is not the start that they would have wanted. Tossed down the line, nodded back in. It's gotten loose, and I think Sunderland are going to get it cleared now. McGeady, and it's knocked forward. Given away, though. Ioima steps out from centre half, plays it into left back. Teo Aidan, and number 7 playing left back. And Aidan's been robbed, actually. That's poor. They've won it back, though. Jones tried to run away with it, but couldn't get past his man. Now, here is McGeady in the 10. Little dribble from McGeady, lines up the shot, and it's blocked from 30 yards there. McGeady, here come Lincoln. Frantic start to this one, played into the channel. Scully makes the run. Hume thinks it should have been a Sunderland throw. Maybe needs to calm down a touch, but really good start to this one. An all action beginning to the game. We'll get into the comments in just a second. Kenny, Lincoln to win 2-1. Throw in to the Imps down the right. Regan Poole is going to take this one the right back. He throws it into Brennan Johnson. Poole, crossing position, beats his man. Poole, and I thought he'd won the corner there. It was McGeady, I think, helping back. And now here comes Sunderland. Wyke wins the knockdown. And in it goes across to the left wing. Here's Scowen. Brought infield and back to McGeady, who, contrary to what we said in those images at the start, is playing down the left, not down the right. Tottenham Villa kickoff, says Shelley. Keep your eyes on. I think it's 3 Premier League games kicking off at 6. If you can keep me updated on those in the chat, that would be fabulous. Deep crossing, looking for Wyke. He heads it against. It was Liam Bridcut who'd got back covering, and it goes through to the keeper. Sad times, can't wish Liam. Deary me, Smart TV's playing up. Blaze at Newcastle. Afterwards, Villa Spurs return. Yeah, remind me, James, at halftime we talk about James Collins. Blackpool surprising last night. Great performance. Evening, Lee. Owen. I always get in trouble. I'm not a beer connoisseur. This is a very fizzy, light American beer, which you can probably guess. That may or may have not been a Chelsea sponsor at one time or another. Here comes Aidan down the left-hand side. He's done really well. Plays it in to George Grant. Grant to the back post. Scully in the box. Scully brings it down. Hits the shot right-footed just over the bar. Oof. Scully thinks it took a deflection, or maybe Burge got a touch on it, but a quick switch of play, and he was in a bit of space there, Scully. Not really too tight there. It was Denver Hume who was marking him, or not as the case, and he lets him get the shot off. Oh, actually, it is a really good save by Burge. Scully was right with his accusing look there at the officials. That was tipped over the bar. Good save by Lee Burge in goal there. Now, here comes Sunderland forward down the right. Great start to this one. Here's Jones. Jones stood up by Aidan, who's also started the game well. As soon as I say that, he slips as he tries to clear. Big shove in the back there by Bailey Wright on Tom Hopper. Keith Andrews on comms. Remember, oh God, Keith Andrews was very good on loan for Ipswich, wasn't he? Absolutely. Watching this instead of Everton tonight, James. He is, he's more in on his League One here. I'm not going to talk about. Anna, I'm done with Bristol City and Mark Ashton. Let it go. He's gone. Move on, Bristol City fans. It's all done. Enjoy next season. Lots of anger in the air at Bristol City, isn't there? Put it that way. Time sync, please, and shoot whenever authorised. Sunderland's kit, it's a colour clash. I'm doing okay. But yes, I do understand. Some people may struggle with that one. Fancying away day in Lincoln. Yeah, sounds fun to me. Streaky Lee, absolutely. Evening, Brandon. You're right, Annie. Jeju knew what was coming to him when he tweeted, didn't he? He knew what he was coming. Throw in down the left-hand side. Apologies if you see me keep clicking up there. My iPad literally was all set, ready with the teams on it, and then SofaScore just died literally as the game was kicked off. So I'm peering over my laptop to look at the monitor. Here is Josh Scowen. Plays it into centre-back. Bailey right out to O'Neill at right back. Back into right. And Flanagan. Hume, left back, comes in field, narrow position. Plays it inside. Tries to work the angle. They've got a lucky bounce there for Wyke. Here's Scowen again down the left-hand side. Scowen inside. Good football by Sunderland. Flanagan. McGeady. McGeady clips in. It's not a great ball for Jordan Jones. And straight through to the keeper. Here it goes. Evening QPR forever. Tom. Wickham Barnsley QPR, please. There we go. Thank you. Getting all in a muddle, wasn't I, on Scowen? Jackson plays it back to Bursick, who, as Chris messaged me earlier, is a quiz question waiting to happen with all his different clubs he's played for this season. Here's Scully trying to get past Hume. Flanagan, excuse me. He doesn't, as you can imagine. Knocked forward, headed back by Bridcut. Just went loose for Brennan Johnson there, but he couldn't poke it forward for Rogers, who hasn't been in the game at all, really, the Lincoln left winger. Here comes Sunderland down the right. Jones looks like he got caught. Did he? No. No foul given by referee Hicks. Spurs 1-0 up already, apparently. Who scored down here? Carson Cathedral is nice at Lincoln. It's just a rubbish drive, isn't it? What's that A road that goes to Lincoln with all the speed cameras and 50? Oh, slid through into the box here. Hopper tries to work centre half there, wins the corner. Yeah, whenever I used to have to go and do workout in Skegness or something, going that way, used to be braking quite quickly, avoiding those 50s. Not that I drive in an illegal way at all. Who am I backing for the win, says Tom. I think over the two legs I went Sunderland, but Lincoln look nifty going forward especially, don't they? Come on, Lincoln. Did you know Bursick takes free kicks? Dose Chilavert. He was my favourite goalkeeper that took free kicks. Yeah, I'd love to keep a close eye on Brennan Johnson, but I think he's going to be in the Championship next season. Scowen, good player, inconsistent for us. I remember him playing well against Ipswich in a game I saw at Loftus Road one time. But evening to Harlow Whoop. Yeah, more Bristol City CEO talk. Good recovery there. Yeah. I've done this before, QPR forever. Oh, I just missed a good chance to do a timestamp. I'll try and do one at 11 minutes. It's just gone 10 minutes. Denver Hume is coming off after only 10 minutes. Now, I believe, is the return leg to this one on Friday night? It's a quick turnaround, isn't it? So he may well not make the second leg if he's out after 10 minutes of this one. Someone smartened me up on that one. But certainly it's Friday and Saturday, and it's Wednesday already. So it must be the only a 2-day turnaround, I believe, for this one. Here comes the corner for Lincoln, swung in, headed away on the near post. Right, here comes a timestamp. 11 minutes we're going to be at. Sync up with me. 3, 2, 1. 11 minutes. If you're watching on Now TV or Sky Go or Smart TV, etc., you may be a little bit behind. Pause me for however many seconds you need to. We'll get everything linked up. Big switch of play there. Rogers missed it, but it fell for Aidan. Aidan plays it into George Grant. Aidan's got it back on the left wing for Lincoln. In it goes to Rogers again. Bridcut in central midfield. Lots of space. Comes inside. Finds Scully. Scully little knock round the corner. Big 50-50 there between Hopper and Flanagan, I think it was. The Sunderland man wins the ball. And away they come. McGeady, who looks like he has more time on the ball than anyone else playing in this game, just very relaxed whenever he receives the ball, Aidan McGeady. And it's back with Burge in goal for Sunderland. Fed up to Scowen. Scowen turns outside, inside, USA. And across it goes to Bailey Wright. And infield, Power. Gooch. And a big diagonal going forward, presumably looking for Charlie Wyke. No good there. Jackson looks a big lad at the back. That'll be an interesting battle. Great to see fans back, isn't it just, hey? Isn't it just? Let's hope we keep heading in the right direction. Of course, right. Sunderland v Lincoln on Saturday. Yeah, you're right. Blackpool v Oxford on Friday. Yes, a 3-day turnaround. My bad. For this one. Oh, now forward came Morgan Rogers there off the left wing. Found some space. There was a ball on before he shot there. Could have slipped in to his right hand side. Sorry, the player's not in shot, so I can't tell you. It was a really poor shot in the end by Rogers. And if I'm remembering this correctly, there's been no shots on target yet in this one. Lincoln 0, Sunderland 0. Adam Jackson is down. The Lincoln centre half. We've already seen Denver Hume go off injured for Sunderland. And I think we're going to get another change. This is incredible. We are. And it's going to be Lewis Monsma is going to come on. And can you believe this, guys? 13 minutes played, 2 players already off injured. Jackson, such a shame when these players play all season and then you get into this knockout tournament and, you know, barely last 15 minutes. Jackson's got up. There's no kind of limp or anything. Maybe he was carrying a knock and if anything flared up, it was going to be off you go straight away. Don't risk him. But, yeah, Jackson's going to come off. Monsma gives him a high 10. And a new centre-half joins the battle. And you know they're going to have to go against Charlie Wyke, who is a big unit and a big goal scorer up top for Sunderland. Michael Appleton, arms folded. Looked like he was ready for that. So I think perhaps Jackson may have been a risk. I mean, if anyone's got any info on that. Long one forward, headed away by Bridcut into the central midfield position. Power plays it out to the left back position, which is now, of course, Callum McFadzean rather than Denver Hume, who started the game. So 2 players out already. Let's do the IT crowd. And have you tried turning it off and on again? We'll see if we can get my iPad to work. Deary me. Monsma, crazy amount of goals for a centre-half. Big set play guy. Must be gutting to get injured. I totally agree. Yeah, it doesn't feel fair, does it? You do all that work all season and you can't play in the knockouts. Even worse, you get suspended, I guess. Rob, come on, Sunderland. My dad was a Mackham. Big club. Everybody knows a Sunderland fan, don't they? Long ball forward, flicked on. Offside, 15:55 on the clock. Give me your thoughts, guys, on the first 15 in this one. Fairly tight. Best chance of the game fell to Anthony Scully for Lincoln. Got into the box, struck it right-footed. Should have been a corner, tipped over the bar. Sunderland haven't really created anything, but I would say in terms of progression of the ball, Sunderland have had a nice flow to them. Lincoln attacking with just a bit more pace and decisiveness. Is that a word? It is now. Here's Bridcut, central midfield. Leeds 2021 is on Michelle Owen watch again, isn't he? Of course. Terrible news for Eze as well. I was only glowing about him. I saw... I don't watch many Premier League games if it's not dearly departed. And I was in the bath, actually, watched the end of Palace Villa, and Eze was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And such a shame he's got a bad injury tonight, or today, rather. Crossed in from the right. It's a poor ball, easy catch for Bursic on the emergency loan. Oh, God, yeah. David Johnson in playoffs. Believe me, I've spoken to him about it, Luke. Didn't have the best of luck, let's just say. Well, he did manage to start all three of the games in 2000, but only finished one of them, didn't he? A great player he was. Tight affair, says James. Looks like it. What have I got to check with Shaley, David? Everything. He knows the score. Chested down in the left-back position by McFadzean. Anyone? Is the McFadzean playing tonight and the McFadzean that plays for Coventry anything to do with each other? Probably not. Not the most common name, is it? Jones tries to take the linesman out there on that side. It's going to be a Lincoln throw. It's just got a bit risk-averse the last few minutes. Both teams in shape, and it's kind of a bit pragmatic at the moment. Here's Scully closed down there, picked up by McGeady. And McGeady sidesteps. Again, he's the one that gets on the ball and just slows it down. It looks like he's got all the time in the world, whereas the rest of the game around him is quite frenetic. Aidan clips it into the channel. Now, Rogers keeps going. There was a Sunderland player went down there. I don't know if it's just a accidental collision there, but Rogers put the cross in and it's out for a corner. Tottenham 1, Aston Villa 1 on 20 minutes. Is Jack Grealish playing for Aston Villa tonight? Anyone help me out with that one? Is he starting finally? Corner for Lincoln. Motsma's up. Hopper's in there. Flicked on at the near post. There is Motsma. Heads it back across. It's gone loose. McGeady swings a foot at it. Doesn't get it clear. Paul recycles, crosses in, headed clear to the edge of the box. Motsma on the volley. Good strike, good save by Lee Burge. I think it was Luke in the chat just said a minute ago. A big threat there, Motsma, and he won the second ball. And he's there on the edge of the box. Decent effort, that. Gets his head down, keeps it on target. Pretty sound on the technique there. Just doesn't get enough power, but decent enough save by Lee Burge in goal. From a selfish point, hope Sunderland don't go up. Been linked to Charlie Wyke. Yes, definitely more chance of that happening if they don't go up. Even Bursic's jersey is a colour clash. What's the ref wearing as well? What else are we saying in the chat? McFadzean was at Bury when they went into admin. Was one of the players that followed Lowe to Plymouth. Nice. Good knowledge. Grealish is playing. Good news. Good news. God, Marcus Maddison. Yeah. We haven't spoken about that actually, but yeah. I don't know what's going on there. 8th tier. And he was perennially linked with the championship, wasn't he? Fed down the line by Lincoln. It's gone loose. There's a foul there on Max Power by Liam Bridcut. The yellow card has stayed in the pocket of referee Hicks so far. 2 injuries. If you told me there'd be 2 of something and it would be goals, yellow cards or injuries, I wouldn't have gone for injuries in the first 20 minutes, let's just say. Lincoln, playoff record says Sky, 6 seasons, 2 finals, no promotions. It's not on a Derby, Ipswich, Preston, Brentford record yet, is it? Brentford in their 10th campaign this season with no promotions. Switch of play out to McFadzean on the left-back position. Scowen tries a switch then back over to the right-hand side. Half cleared by Aidan. Gooch plays it wide, and it's with Jones now. Jones inside. Crossing position here for O'Neill. O'Neill obviously looks immediately to the box for Charlie White, but it's way over his head and cleared by Scully. And it's helped back all the way home for Lee Burge in the goal. And it's in the centre-back position again with Bailey Wright. Here is Flanagan. Flanagan steps out towards halfway. McGeady has come short again. Scowen back to McGeady. You probably want him a bit higher up the pitch if you were a Sunderland fan. But he's coming to get the ball. And the key is just getting him on the ball, isn't it? The move's broken down. Now, here's Brennan Johnson, and they've got a turnover here. Johnson plays it in to Scully. Scully down the right. Scully, early cross to the back post. He's overcooked that. A Lincoln player went down in the build-up to that. I don't know if he sprung back up again. Nice ball by Brennan Johnson just through the lines there. I don't know what happened in the build-up. I think it was Hopper possibly that went down. Maybe that's why he wasn't in the box. But to be fair, he would have had to have been Joe Jordan's size with Tim Cahill's jumping ability to get on the end of that. Put it that way. Does Max Power have the best name of every footballer? I think he might, Ben. Anyone nominate a better name than Max Power for a foot? He does sound like a superhero, doesn't he? Where's Ben Marshall playing then? Has he dropped right down? He was great on that first loan for Millwall, wasn't he, Alex? That's not in shot, is it? Other cheap, lightweight American lagers are available. Nakamba is the goal scorer for Villa. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Richard, for letting us know. Max Power and Angel Rangel. Yeah, that is very good. I'll give you that one, Tom. Yeah. It's a goal kick to Lincoln, taken quickly. Ioima's got it. He plays it inside. And it's gone to Montsma. Brid cut between the centre-backs goes long. Decent ball. Very good ball, actually. Here's Paul down the right-hand side. Paul puts it in low. It's going to fall to Scully. Scully. The flag was up for whatever reason. Scully hit the shot, actually. It was going in the corner, and Lee Burge dives and makes the save. Oh, he's not the goal scorer. It's the best name. Okay, fair enough. Marvellous Nakamba is also a great name. Charlie White to Bournemouth. I think there's a few want him, doesn't he? Evidently, but oh, okay. Chris's words, not mine there. And we'll stick a big allegedly before that one. Should have signed for us, but took the money from Norwich. He even admits that was the mistake. If you would like me to answer a question in the chat, please use my Christian name, Adolf Hitler. And don't call me that, else I'll block you. No need. Isaac success. Nice. I can't even say that, John. I'm not even able to say that, am I? Gila, and Dumu and Sungu. I think. There we go. Right, here comes Sunderland on the counter. And they've got runners here. It's Gooch who's carrying it. He's been held up, actually. Didn't play that well, to be honest. McFadzean is on it, and now they've got back in shape. Gooch has got it back, though. Gooch feeds it in. That was a much better cross by Gooch, looking for Wyke. Montsman makes the header. And I'll give him a pass there, Lyndon Gooch. Thought he could have made more of the first phase of that move, but it was a decent cross in the end. Thank you, John. I do have a rule about pronunciations that try and get them right, but don't have a pop at people if they don't get them right. Corner to the back post, headed down and gathered by Bursick. Easy save in the end, but they did win the first ball there, Sunderland. It's Flanagan on the back post. A good movement, actually, and the blocker does his job there well, Bailey Wright. Keep an eye on that one then. Ned Zelic. Now, am I remembering the right guy, Richard? Was Ned Zelic, I believe, an Australian goalkeeper, and I think he was brought on 118 minutes into a playoff final, ready for a penalty shootout for Leicester by Martin O'Neill in 1997. And then Steve Claridge scored in the 119th minute or something, and he wasn't needed. Is that the right guy, Ned Zelic? Look him up. Nedco, which sounds like a company, doesn't it? Something out of Silicon Valley. Nedco. You can buy shares, but only in cryptocurrency. What am I talking about? Let's focus on the game. Throwing to Sunderland, high up the pitch, right-hand side. In it goes from O'Neill. A nice little ball inside. Jones crosses in, and it's cleared by Ioima. Another throw-in for Sunderland. Keep me updated on those Premier League games as we go. Claridge, 30-yard shinner. Gazza, that's got to go down with Wayne Rooney's flying volley against Man City as the best shinner ever, hasn't it? Certainly had the most riding on it in the 119th minute of a playoff final, didn't it? What a player Claridge was, eh? Here's Scowen, deep midfield position. Drives out towards the left. You get fouled there by Brennan Johnson. Lee Johnson is looking very animated on the touchline. A Sunderland promotion would obviously see Lee Johnson back in the Championship after a season out of it. Big kick forward by Sunderland, headed away. It's with McFadzean now, who's narrow from left back. Good ball out to O'Neill. O'Neill to Jones. 1v1 with Eden, who's played well so far. Inside it goes to Power. Trying to build it down the right here, Sunderland, but Lincoln in good shape here. Look well organised. Ball into the channel. Nothing doing there. Be interested to know, actually, what the Lincoln defensive record looks like, because they do look like they hold a good team shape. 50 conceded in the 46. Blackpool with a far superior defensive record. So have Sunderland In fact, Sunderland only 42 conceded. Lincoln looks set up well in this game. Throw in on the right again to Sunderland. I think there's a bit of a pattern emerging now. I think in terms of territory, Sunderland have probably had 10, 15 minutes on top. Would you agree? Let me know in the chat. Just in terms of territory, nothing forced, but you wouldn't be surprised if it was coming. And in fact, there's a shot by, I think it was Gooch, charged down. Here they come again, Sunderland, on halfway. Just slipped into McGeady. McGeady gets out of his feet, dribbles forward. McGeady on the left foot. Nice little prod out to McFadzean. Here's McGeady again. McGeady, lovely looking curling cross, but just a bit too far. Nice shape on it for Wyke. Bursick gathers easily. Sofa score graph supports that. I didn't even look at it, Alex. So there we go. Eye test. Yeah, I've just looked at it now, actually. You are right, my friend. Always a good little indicator, that attack momentum graph, isn't it? Here is Regan Paul coming in off the right touchline. That's a lovely ball by George Grant, who's been quiet, hasn't he? Aidan plays it inside. Easy for Sunderland, who I think are just edging this now, aren't they? Nice drive forward by Josh Scowen. Has he drawn the foul? He was looking for it, let's be fair, and he does not. Claridge is a bit of a legend for his Indian summer at Millwall and that playoff goal versus Palace. Player. Best bantery chant I've heard as a football fan. Oh, God. You can imagine, being the old curmudgeon that I am, very few actually make me laugh. I've heard them all before. Probably 1 in 50 does. Well, I mean, that's just cruel, isn't it, Harry? I'd happily have teeth like that if I was that talented. Hey? Here is Lee Burge in goal for Sunderland. Big clearance from him. Bit tighter this one than yesterday, isn't it? 2-0 already at this point to Blackpool. Sunderland just feels like they're mobilising. But Lincoln do look like they've got pace and a decisive attack. So maybe that's the game plan from Appleton. Maybe he wants to draw Sunderland in and get moves like this going, where here comes Brennan Johnson now. Edge of the box. Johnson right-footed. He's hit the post and it's headed away. Wow. Oh, closest anyone's been there. Brennan Johnson, edge of the box. Oof. Right-footed there. Nice receive. Touch. Hits it low. Keeper's beaten, isn't he? Hits the post. To be fair, the defender, there was 2 of them there. Who headed it clear? It was O'Neill. Does well there because they could have got in one another's way. Closest anyone has been. First wow of the day. Did it warrant one? I'm not sure it did, actually, but it just came out. Hey, it was very natural. In comes the corner. Oh, free header. It looked like for Morgan Rogers. I'd like to see that again, actually. Looked like he concentrated on the leap and then didn't get any direction on the header whatsoever. It's a really good effort by Johnson. Just bobbling, isn't it? Across the pitch there. Hits the post. Unlucky. Unlucky. Oh, they get brutal, Gazza, when the wife's involved, don't they? Deary me. There's a line somewhere, isn't there? Big one into the channel. Scully coming down the right. Lovely cross by Scully, driven across. And Hopper was in there. And just as I was saying, Sunderland are getting on top. Lincoln having a nice little spell here, hitting the post there. And I think if Hopper had been a bit more alive then, anticipate that cross. Can he slide in and put that one home, or did Scully just put too much on it? It's a lovely cross, actually. No, he didn't. Couldn't have done much more with that, actually. Really good cross into the dangerous area. Unlucky. Cleared by Poole. Up to Hopper. He can't get the flick on right. And Sunderland are going to recycle. Yeah, Alex, I'll acknowledge the first part of that, but I won't put the second one up just for fear of recriminations. I think Lincoln are clearly the better team. Look dangerous, whereas Sunderland's build-up is laboured, says Chris in the chat. Here's Scowen. Given away by Power. And then given away by Hopper, who's down. I suspect he'll be jumping back up. And the ball is with Bursic. And it's Tottenham 1, Aston Villa 2 in the Premier League. Tottenham 1, Aston Villa 2. Could be a good midweek for the dearly departed. Leeds already won last night, didn't they? Here comes Sunderland down the right. Jones, low cross, blocked out by Timothy Ayoima. Who do I think looks the better team so far? In terms of those attacking phases, probably Lincoln. But in terms of actual possession and territory, whether they can do anything with it, to Chris's point, Sunderland. But hey, it's all about goals, isn't it? And Lincoln have looked more likely. There is an effort by Gooch from long range. I think he took a deflection. He seems to be heading in the direction of the box. Ollie Watkins, the goal scorer, and here. Can someone tell me how many's Watkins got now and how many has Bamford got? Yeah, deflected over. Bridcut makes the block there. Corner for Sunderland. In it goes. Big header by Hopper. Good defending there by the striker. Launched back in. All good goalkeeping by Bursic. Is it? He's lost it. He's been fouled. He did well. Bridcut there. Good captaincy there. Gives him a big slap on the back and a good bit of praise there for that. The emergency loan goalkeeper. Bamford's got 16. How many has Watkins got? 13, 14? You love to see it. Two players who played in the Championship there. 30 goals between them, I think, in the There you go. 14 and 16. Come on, the Championship. 30 goals in between them. Two players who played the entire season in the Championship last season. You love to see it. You really do. Big one forward. Poole has won that in the air. Flanagan gets closed down by Hopper, but wins the throw-in the left-back position. Lincoln 0, Sunderland 0, 40 on the clock. Tight stuff. Lincoln look like they've got a bit more going forward. Sunderland, possession, territory, not doing a lot with it. Only one shot on target each for both sides, though, says the numbers. Grant is fouled. It was actually, Bridcut's right there. Referee Hicks got that wrong. Should have played the advantage, but there we go. Bamford 7 assists, Watkins 5 assists. I love it. So 30 goals and 12 assists between those two championship players in the Premier League. Great stuff. Bursic. Big goal kick forward. Poole is very high, the Lincoln right back. Don't know if we can get a heat map on him. He's way up the pitch most of the time, isn't he? Bit of cover for him inside. Rory, love the videos. Thank you. You're very, very welcome. Hit subscribe. Good to see Bamford doing well. Very humble. Finally found a club after a lot of loans. Yeah, agree with all of that, John. Big clearance now. This is tight, this game, isn't it? I think, yeah, foul by Monsmer on Wyke. He protests his innocence, but I think probably referee Hicks got that right, didn't he? I think Wyke was just in position first and Monsmer sort of went through him. Oh, part of the battle, isn't it? Between striker and centre half. Free kick to Sunderland, which McGeady is lining up. He's going to swing it in with the right foot. Aidan McGeady. Jones runs over it. In it goes. Oh, it went loose. Hooked clear. Wasn't the best delivery, was it? Nodded down by Jones. Lovely ball out wide by Bailey right there. Back to McGeady. Excellent from the centre half. McGeady can't get the cross in again there. He's charged down. One touch too many, maybe. Oh, nice feet by Max Power. He plays it back in to McFadden. Oh, he's lucky to get away with that one. Bit of a dangerous looking ball, but it did get to Scowen in the end. O'Neill. Jones. Jones crosses it in, up in the air from Ioima. And Lincoln finally get it clear. Just couldn't get out there, could they? Norden Vuta. Who did he play for then? Remember Reggie Blinker as well for Sheffield Wednesday. He's a good player, actually, Reggie Blinker. Oh, good hit from long range there, just wide of the post. Lyndon Gooch there out of absolutely nothing. He sort of winds up in the 10 position. O'Neill slips him in, turns his man and just hits it with very little backlift. Oh, it's just wide of the post, actually. Good play by Gooch. Curling it with the left foot. Oh, that doesn't miss by much. I think Bursic's got it covered. Good effort, though. Caught me by surprise. I'm not going to read that one either, but I'm nodding and laughing at that one. Brilliant. Do I think Haaland the Posh and the playoff contenders have enough to survive in the championship? Well, there's normally enough chaos at the bottom of the championship if you're competent. Yes. You've got to be competent, though, haven't you? Who's going to be the basket case next season? As in Sheffield Wednesday, we're talking about, obviously, who ended up going down. Long throw we're going to get from Sunderland now. Josh Scowen is going to throw it in. We're just coming up to 45. Monsmer and Wyke are all over each other again. Monsmer gets in Wyke's way, does well, actually. They've cleared it. Power plays it back to Scowen. 3 minutes stoppage time. Oh, McGeady, lovely bit of skill. Scully now, he used his arms in that tackle. Will he get booked? McGeady beat Scully very easily there, and it was a tactical foul. He's lucky not to get booked. McGeady was kind of already falling by the time he put his arms around him. I think that did for Scully. Otherwise, he was definitely getting booked for that one, wasn't he? Here comes McGeady. going to take the free kick from the left touchline. We are into stoppage time in the first half. McGeady right-footed. In it goes, headed clear again. Now, hasn't quite got his range yet for his delivery, Aidan McGeady. Only takes one, though, doesn't it? Brennan Johnson is penalised for a foul. Out wide it goes. Now, Sunderland ending the half well. Crossed in, looking for Wyke. It's gone loose. McGeady. Oh, he smashed it over for a player of his quality there. He shakes his head. He knows it, doesn't he? Chance there for McGeady. First touch. To be fair, he is charged down quite quickly. You just, when, over the years, when you've seen McGeady in those type of positions, you expect him to at least hit the target, don't you? Cleared again by Sunderland. Wyke versus Monsma. Wyke does foul Monsma this time. How's Brennan Johnson doing? Okay. Jigsaw kid, 95. Hit the post earlier in the game. It's been quite quiet other than that. Derby's still at a risk of a points deduction. Very much so. Very much so. Keep your ear to the ground on that one. There you go. There's your best names. Nuno Espirito Santo, Monk, Pope, and Jesus. Here's Poole. Knocks it forward. It's broken for Power. Good feat by him to win it back. Scowen, McGeady. McGeady feeds it through. Well anticipated, though, by Ioima. It's gone loose again. And it is half-time. Tight game, this one. Lincoln 0. Sunderland 0. Lincoln hit the post through Brennan Johnson. Scully has one clipped over the bar. My eye test tells me Sunderland kind of held the ball a bit better and forced a bit more territory, but Lincoln looked a bit more decisive when they were attacking, getting runners forward and creating chances. Nicely poised, this one. Newcastle 1, Sheffield United 0 in the Premier League. It's Aston Villa leading 2-1 at Spurs as well. Get your thoughts in on the first half there. Lincoln 0, Sunderland 0. Let's put the numbers up and we'll see what the boffins are telling us about this one so far. 55-45 on the possession in Sunderland's favour. 7 shots to 6 in Sunderland's favour. 1 shot on target apiece says a lot, doesn't it? Remember, a shot hitting the woodwork doesn't count as a shot on target. 4 corners to 2 for Lincoln, and they hit woodwork 1-0. What you'll notice, or you'll not notice, conspicuous by their absence, no big chances for either team. 174, 213 on the passes, over 200 already for Sunderland, would intimate that they're just holding possession a bit more. We saw much lower totals in the League One playoff semi-final first leg yesterday between Oxford and Blackpool. That Blackpool won easily. Get your comments in on the first half. Anything else you want to talk about? We can do a bit of Q&A at half-time. Please indulge me for 1 second. You know what's coming, don't you? It's a Cards plug. You love to see it. Get yourself one of these bad boys. Look at that. 20% off your order at Cards Plug. Visit cardsplug.com/Bloom. Enter the discount Bloom at checkout. Look at my stats. 73 pace, 80 shooting. I got 95 on passing, 91 on dribbling, 71 defending, 67 physicality. Beautiful. Cardsplug.com/Bloom. You've got to go in the tradesman's entrance. Enter discount code Bloom at checkout. Got any gamers in the family? Get them one of these. Fix it up to your wall as well. I'll give you a wall fixing kit. I've got one. Once the promotion finishes, we'll stick it up on the wall somewhere. Where should I put it? I could put it down there, and then it's always in shot as well. That'd be decent. Cardsplug.com/blue. Go and have a browse. Even if you go and have a browse, go in our special entrance. You get 20% off your order. This is out of date now because we've done Oxford Blackpool and we've done the preview. But obviously tonight we are looking at Lincoln Sunderland. We will be looking at Swansea versus Barnsley tomorrow. The Brentford Bournemouth preview is already up on the channel. Go and check that out in association with Betfair and Football 365. And I'll do some number crunching tomorrow. I'll pretend it's for you, but it's really for me, isn't it? I love to nerd out over playoff statistics. Why not? At least I'm honest about my nerding. I don't know. There we go. We'll be back on Friday as well. Nappers will be on Friday for a League One review stroke preview at 1 p.m. And then we'll be doing League One again on Friday night. It will be the second leg. Is there too much to play for? Of Oxford and Blackpool. You can support via Patreon. Go and subscribe. Patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Super chat. Any point in the broadcast. Thank you to Gaza, who is the king of the bin today. YouTube, hit subscribe, ring the bell. You know the drill. What are you guys saying in the chat? Evening, Ben. Who do you think misses out of the squad for the Euros, the Southgate squad? Dazza, I'll do a whole video on that, bud. I'll predict my 26 squad, who I would have, who I think is going to be in there. Stoker silly for not having Bursic number one. I'd gladly have him replace Primm. Yeah, he struggled a bit to begin with at Stoke, didn't he? I remember a game against Huddersfield where literally everything went in against him. But look, young goalkeeper. How has McGeady done? Quiet. He's had to come deep to receive the ball, hasn't he? And hasn't got his delivery right too much. Liam, get that smart TV sorted out. Some transfers. Yes, we need to talk about these, don't we? Joe Lumley to QPR. Sorry, let me start again. Some transfers. We need to talk about these. Joe Lumley, QPR to Bury. James Collins, Luton to Cardiff. Riley McGree back on loan for Birmingham. Let's just talk briefly then about James Collins, because that's quite a big deal. Collins joins Mick McCarthy on over at Cardiff on a 3 transfer. And Collins has been really, really decent, hasn't he, for Luton over the years? Bit of a goal machine there. He's one where the contract has run down, Collins, and he's leaving Luton. There is a bit of a sense that Luton themselves want to regenerate that squad and move away from the League One squad and move forward now, having finished in the middle of the table this season. Here is the Cardiff website. Cardiff is delighted to announce the club has agreed to sign forward James Collins. He's signed until 2023, so 2-year contract, 181 goals. How about that? An international there in 2019, and handed his first cap by guess who? Mick McCarthy, who is his manager at Cardiff. Mick always exploits his contacts, doesn't he? Collins said to Cardiff TV, to be here today to sign for this great club is a real honour. I can't wait to get going. I'm an honest player. I work hard for the team. I like to link up play, and I like to think my main attribute is scoring goals. That's what I love doing, and hopefully I can score lots here. The gaffer, McCarthy, also says, really good signing for us. He's been on an upward trajectory all his career, going from the lower league to the Championship, and he's kept scoring goals. So Collins signs for Luton. I suppose signs for Cardiff from Luton. I suppose that's the biggest transfer so far, really, since the end of the season. It would have had to have been a contract expiry job, wouldn't it? And will we see Kiefer Moore paired with James Collins up top? A couple of Championship brutes there. Collins is 30 years old, December 1990. Here is the Wikipedia for Collins there, if you can read that. Started at Villa, and then Mick says an upward trajectory. He's right after he drops down to League Two in Shrewsbury, and he is just a goal scorer, isn't he? Look, you can see 14 is a start there for Shrewsbury in 2014, then 15 for Swindon, goes off to Hibs, doesn't really work out. Back to Shrewsbury, 15, and then a 5, goes on loan to Northampton, 8 for them, and then for Crawley, 20 in League Two in 16-17, and then he goes to Luton, and it's been goals, goals, goals there. Look, 19 in a promotion from League Two, 25 goals in 44 in League One, and a 14 and a 10 in the Championship. So, James Collins, get your thoughts in on that one. Cardiff fan, Luton fan. Collins has made the move, I guess, given what McCarthy has said, being a player who's done the lower divisions. If it is an end of contract and a payday, no one begrudges James Collins that. How do you think he'll do for Cardiff? I'm interested to know. Will he improve them? It's certainly extra ammunition up top. They've got Kiefer Moore, obviously, who's the main guy there. Max Waters is there as well. He came in from Crawley, didn't he? But Collins, you would think, would move ahead of him. And could they be a fearsome front two there, Collins, moving across? Any comments in on that one? Chris, you could say James Collins is a typical McCarthy son and reinforces the way they'll play. Criticism is too similar to Moore. Ideally, you want one of them beside pace. Yeah, good point. Collins, more experience, maybe help improve Moore. Yeah, Moore's no spring chicken yet. He's done the same route, but you know, Mick, he might well just stick both of them in a 4-4-2 and just go for it, mightn't he? So Collins in there. Anybody else on that? A bit of a weird one. Should have gone to Borough. McCarthy or Warnock there. What's your poison? Caps Cow says, I like Collins, proper aggressive striker, always in amongst the goals, good finisher as well, good. And for Mick as well, he can take a penalty. He'll be good defending set plays. Just a useful player, isn't he? Brandon, Kiefer Moore had a great year. Collins gives a good option should he gets injured, also gives an option of playing alongside him. So let me know what you think in the comments. James Collins is done from Luton. I think Luton fans are sort of gracious in him going, and obviously with Elijah Adebayo coming into Luton, they've already got a replacement at the club there, and Luton will hope to continue their trajectory up, which has been fairly steep over the last few years, and now they find themselves in the middle of the Championship. There we go. Keep your comments coming in, guys. We are midway through our playoff semi-final, first leg in League One. It's Lincoln 0, Sunderland 0. Pretty tight so far. Lincoln coming the closest. Brennan Johnson hits the post. We're getting ready for the second half. Let me know what you thought of the first half, how you think this second half is going to play out. Last night, it was Oxford 0, Blackpool 3. So the likelihood is whoever wins this tie are going to go and play Blackpool at Wembley in the final, unless we get an Oxford miracle. I know you can have an Oxford comma. Can you have an Oxford miracle? Probably not. They're 3-0 down. And Blackpool finished third in the league. A very, very tough opponent, I would suggest. On Monday night in the Championship, thank you for joining me for those one. It was a double watch along there. It was Bournemouth 1, Brentford 0. Danjuma going back to Brentford for the next game. Barnsley 0, Swansea 1. Ayew going back to Swansea. We will be watching both of those games on Saturday. Sandwiched in between those two games will be the second leg of this one. So I'm going to be watching 3 games in a row. I'll be on here all day on Saturday, pretty much. Come and join me. Loads and loads of content in the meantime as well. First preview is up now for Brentford and Bournemouth. Tomorrow, the preview will be up for Swansea and Barnsley. And on Football 365, the 2 written previews will go up there. Please give them a look. I've just started writing for Football 365, so as many clicks as you can give on that would make me look good for my new employers there over at Football 365. We're about to get underway, I think, in the next couple of minutes in the second half here. I'm going to go back to the comments and we'll see what you guys are saying here. Ben, Oxford fan here, said Blackpool would go up through the playoffs, just didn't expect them to batter us as much as they did. Well, yeah, well said, Ben. It was quite the chasing, wasn't it? Deary me. David, maybe Fox would go for it quickly at the start and get a goal. Blackpool may play cautious. It's the only way, isn't it, David? They've got to get in their heads, haven't they? Even then, a 2-0 win, which would be a good result, would see them going out without even extra time, wouldn't it? Alex heard Bonn linked with Ipswich. Would you be happy with that? For me personally, he's not clinical enough. Yeah, I would be happy with Bonn at Ipswich. I think if they did a swap deal for Dazelle, that's what's being mooted, isn't it? I don't see with Willock and Dykes, Austin, if they can sign Austin, maybe they need to free up some money as well if they're going to sign Austin, that he's going to get much time on the pitch over at QPR. Here come the players back out for the second half. Missed all of that. Blame the M25, the good old M25. Flip of a coin, Lee. Are you going to go around at 70 or are you going to go around at 20? Flip of a coin, my friend. I used to do it every day, believe you me. Jack, as a Bristol City fan, I want to see Sunderland go up because of Lee Johnson. A few Bristol City fans have said that. Cheers, everybody, by the way. It's been a great season. It's been a great week. I'm sure we can all drink to that. Playoff week here. This is our 4th watch-along. I'm sure I'm going to get plenty of criticism for the way I've poured that pint, but hey, what are you going to do? Or that half. Ray, think Barnsley still have a chance? Of course they do. Only 1 goal in it. That could be wiped out in 30 seconds, couldn't it? So, yeah. They're all still open, maybe apart from Blackpool and Oxford. That one may just be done. Mightn't it? I hate the M25 as much as I hate Crystal Palace. Yeah, get your predictions in for the second half, guys. Is this going to be our first 0-0 of the week? Speaking of goals, Everton 1, Wolves 0 in the Premier League just after half-time. We've got some Premier League games going on. Spurs are 2-1 up at Villa. Newcastle are leading at Sheffield United. My iPad is having a nightmare today, so we've got the laptop right in front of the screen. And if you see me peer over like that, it's because I can't see the left touchline. What are you going to do, hey? We've kicked off. Let me know when convenient. When you'd like a timestamp. We'll do one a couple of minutes into the second half. Yeah, right. I will give myself some credit. I'm doing 20 things at once, hey? 1-1, 1-0 either way. 3-1. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? 4 goals in the second half. We'll try and give you the time sync nice and early. It's going to be a free kick, though. That might put paid to that. George Grant just got clipped by Jordan Jones. Lincoln are lining up the free kick. The clearest signal that's not supposed to be a signal there ever given by George Grant, playing with his left wrist, whatever that signal means. Watch where the free kick goes. The right arm goes up. That's probably a decoy, and it goes headed up in the air and grabbed by Lee Burge, who doesn't want to throw it out to the right, although it's a big throw out to the left. Nearly set Aidan McGeady away with a Peter Schmeichel-esque throw. I'll give you time sync at 47, I would think. Although here is Jones down the right. Comes inside, Jones hits the shot. Good save. He's tipped it onto the crossbar. Bursic there. Now both sides have hit the woodwork Oh, he nearly lost that one, Bursick, didn't he? He tips it upwards and it hits the crossbar. Oh, he gets a little bit lucky, doesn't he? He wants to tip that around the post. It's a good strike. It's a decent enough save, but nearly parries it into his own net. Just tips it up onto the bar. He would have much preferred to palm that safely around the post, wouldn't he, Bursick? But he makes the save. Keep the ball out of the net. However you want to do it. McGeady, corner in, free header, hits the crossbar. Oh, my goodness me. Sunderland hit the post twice in 30 seconds there. McGeady now recycles it. Jones towards the right corner of the box, steps back. Can he cross left-footed? No, he plays it to McGeady. Out it goes to Power. Is Power going to put it in the box? No. Patient. And recycle. McFadzean. Power now on the left wing. Sunderland are going to want to keep their foot on top of Lincoln while they're down. Power throws it into the box. Good early throw to Charlie White. White plays it off. Not the best layoff. And Lincoln get it clear. And Sunderland hit the post there twice in the space of about 30 seconds. Cross comes in again. Aiden heads it away. Throw into Sunderland. Lincoln on the rack. I think it was Bailey Wright who hit the crossbar after Bursick parried it onto the bar to win the corner. And actually, he probably should score there. It's a completely free header. Lovely delivery by McGeady. He's got to score, hasn't he? Free header from just about 6 yards from Bailey Wright. And finally, they've won a free kick there. Ooh, Lincoln on the ropes there. Sunderland hit the bar twice. First strike from Jones, tipped onto the bar. We're going to get a super slow here of this one. It's a completely free header, isn't it? Keeper's got no chance. He just needs to steer it into the corner and he hits the crossbar there. You can say unlucky. You can say should have scored. Maybe two things can be true there. Woof. What a start to the second half, guys. You didn't get a time sink amongst that, did you? Here's O'Neill coming forward from right back. We'll try and give you one at 50 minutes. I'm on 49-10 at the moment. Here comes Rogers. Does well. Beats Power. I think Power was fouling him. Rogers into the box. One touch too many. George Grant had overlapped him on the outside. Could have played the reverse ball and put Grant in. Just held onto it too long. Did Rogers. And it's back with Burge in the goal. What a start to the second half, guys. Sunderland hit the bar twice within the first couple of minutes of this half. We're going to try and give you a timestamp at 50 minutes if this attack breaks down, although Wyker's chested it down and it has broken down. Right, here comes the timestamp for 50 minutes in 3, 2, 1, sink. There we go. Woof. Sunderland, I remember it well, the famous 98 final. Lincoln win, I'll be happy, says QPR forever. Blackpool are indeed the masters of the playoffs. 5 victories. Do I like any other sports? Plenty. I just don't understand them very well. Here is Johnson, who hit the post in the first half. Oh, Johnson slips in a nice ball. Scully, Grant's got to score. No, it's saved. Oh, my goodness. He had the goal gaping to his right-hand side there. He didn't find the corner, but here he is again now. Grant curls it into the back post, and Lincoln have taken the lead. And Tom Hopper was there. Sunderland could not get it clear, and Lincoln have taken the lead. Sunderland hit the crossbar twice up the other end. It was a big chance for Grant. His blushes are spared in the end by Tom Hopper. It fell back to Grant. He crossed it in, or rather shot it in, parried out, and Hopper finishes it off. What a start to the second half. The deadlock is broken. Grant with the shot blocked the first time. They don't get it clear. Well followed up by Bridcott. Grant hits the shot. They're all onside. It goes in. Oh, now, did Tom Flanagan leave that, or did he miss it? In comes the shot. Flanagan just gets wrong-footed by a little deflection, to be fair to him, doesn't he? and it's easy for Hopper. Right in, a couple of 3 yards out, and good, just soft finish in with the side foot. It's Lincoln 1, Sunderland 0, advantage 5th place. The playoffs do this, don't they, in these first legs? Home advantage counts for a lot, and Lincoln have the lead. Wow. Let's have a look at your comments on that one. It's a double wow, crossed into the back post in the comments. Here's McGeady down the left. We'll get to that. Clipped in and cleared out by Lincoln. Here is O'Neill. Get your comments in. What a mental couple of minutes. It was great, wasn't it? You love to see it. Oh, and Gooch there. That's another poor advantage call by referee Hicks. O'Neill has fouled and Hicks has pulled it back. Gooch turned his man. I suppose the Lincoln players would argue that they stopped, but Gooch was then into the 10 position. Possible shot on goal. Here's a free kick then to Sunderland. They are a goal down. Unbelievable, Ben. It's great, wasn't it? McGeady's not going to take this one in from Jones. Flicked on. And, oh, it's a goal kick. I think Bailey Wright thought it was going out for a corner and didn't play it. It came off Charlie Wyke. And advantage Lincoln. Lincoln 1, Sunderland 0. Hopper with the goal. And that, after Sunderland came out of the traps in the second half and hit the bar twice. Here's the goal again. Grant had the first chance. He really hit it straight down the middle when he should have found the corner. He does better with the second one. And Hopper just sticks it in at the back post. What we should say is, before all of that, the key pass in the whole move is by Brennan Johnson, who just clips it through for Scully and breaks the lines, takes the... it was all crowded over on the right wing, and Johnson, with just that little clever ball, slipped through. Lincoln 1, Sunderland 0. Are we talking about my toilet habits? I do go in the longer streams, I do. We got a little 2-minute buffer for me to get away to the toilet. I don't need to do it. My bladder's okay. Can't believe I'm discussing this in just a one-off match. Matt, oh, sorry, I was going to read that comment a minute ago. How you doing, fella? Can you see Sunderland and Newcastle crossing paths in the next 3 years? No, I can't. I think Newcastle will stay in the Premier League. They just do it, don't they? And I can't see Sunderland getting up there. I guess you're talking about both of them meeting in the Championship. No, I think Newcastle will stay away. Great question. (55:16) on the clock. Lincoln 1, Sunderland 0. Here's Grant outside of the foot. Rogers got clattered there after the ball had gone. Referee Hicks ignores it. I think it was somewhat accidental by Jones. Rogers is holding his face. I'm sure Sky are going to make me wince and show that in super slow motion. I'll put that up and say probably not. Grant's wizardry conjured that ball through for the tap-in, says Chris. In it goes from Grant to the back post, the corner, flicked away, foul on the back stick there. And it's going to be a free kick to Sunderland. What about Rovers and City? Which Rovers and which City, Annie? Come on. It's a no. I know exactly who you mean. Everyone gets cross when people don't use the full names of clubs. I get the odd pedantic comment about it. Everton leading 1-0, says Tom. And it was Richarlison on 48 against Wolves in the Premier League. Everton 1, Wolves 0. Newcastle 1, Blades 0, Spurs 1, Villa 2 in the Prem. Here comes Jones down the right, steps inside, it's a foul. Nice feet there by Jones. I think it was Brigcut that fouled him. He doth protest too much. Free kick down the right then for Sunderland. Bailey Wright is up again. Keep your eye on him. Hit the crossbar from the last set play that Sunderland, or the most significant last set play that Sunderland were able to put in. In it comes from Jones. McGeady not taking it. They've won the header on the back post. Loops. Just clips the roof of the net as it goes over. Luke O'Neill on the back stick with the header. Not on target. A bit messy in the midfield here. I'm trying to jump on it and say who's on the ball, but it's going in betwixt and in between. And now Sunderland have it in deep central midfield with Max Power into Bailey Wright. Here comes Tom Flanagan. Flanagan clips that one in. Dangerous looking ball looking for Wyke. Followed in by McGeady. Chest, touch. Wyke now, edge of the box. Wyke lays it in for Gooch. I think he was playing it for Power. But Gooch takes it off him and it's easily gathered by Joseph Bursick, who's still defending a clean sheet. Bursick kicks it down the ground. Nicely swept up by O'Neill from right back. And Lincoln go again. How do you see this one playing out, guys? Let me know in the comments. Lincoln, obviously hot favourites to win the leg. Do you see that happening? Do you see Sunderland getting back into it? They've been a bit impotent in front of goal so far. Although Bailey Wright should have scored from that set play, shouldn't he? How do you see it playing out, guys? Let me know in the comments. Is he going to stay a home win? Home. Is it going to be a draw? Is Sunderland going to come back? Unlikely it's going to be a Sunderland win, but hey, stranger things have happened. Only 30 minutes to go. George Grant has gone down now. I think O'Neill has been punished. O'Neill protests his innocence. Referee Hicks, who's got his yellow card out, actually. Hicks brings out the yellow card. Fair call, actually. O'Neill had his hands on Grant and he does throw him down in the end. Grant makes sure that referee Hicks is fully aware that he's been thrown down to the ground. But hey, all players do, don't they? Here's Brigcut. Brigcut out to Rogers down the left. Rogers. Aiden, who's well forward, the left back. Rogers, oh, it's poor. It's so poor. They had so many forward as well. Rogers, just a little dink to the back post there. Didn't get his execution right at all there on the right foot. And it's the first time really in this half they've got Teo Aiden forward. And yeah, that's so poor. Scully's in there at the back post. Just loft it in. Ask the question. Lincoln looking good for a draw at worst. They had the best away record in League One. Sunderland home form not great. And Annie's right, isn't he? All eyes on Lee Johnson now. And it's that horrible two-legged conundrum, isn't it? Do you chase this game now or do you accept a 1-goal deficit knowing there's 90 minutes left? Very, very different conundrum than there's not 30 minutes left. There's 120 minutes left. And Lee Johnson will know that better than the rest of us sitting here. Let's see what he does, though, Anir. I'm watching as well. Very interested. I'll bring the benches up in a minute. You can get your ideas in. Cross to the near post, looking for Wyke again. And Lincoln win the throw-in in the corner. This is what the Sunderland bench looks like. The obvious name there is Chris Maguire. I think Luke had mentioned earlier in the chat about Ross Stewart. Otherwise, give me your thoughts on the way Sunderland would play this. Remember, they're in the 4-2-3-1 shape. So in terms of extra attacking momentum, that often comes from a position further back rather than the actual central striker. Nice one, James. I'll clip it for you, Luton fans. We'll put the James Collins thing up as a separate video after that. Have you got me on Twitter, James? Remind me on Twitter. But yeah, sorry, I didn't read your comment after that. Even sorry. Just means the League One link up of Stacey, Shinnie, and Coyle are all gone. Yes, indeed. Here's McGeady. They're moving on. They power edge of the box, hits the shot, blocked. And Lincoln have got it clear now. Good chance of an attacking transition. George Grant just held up slightly, and they've given it away, actually, Lincoln. Good feet by Jones. Jones comes forward. Jones to Gooch. Gooch to McGeady. McGeady double step over into the box. McGeady hits the shot. Good save by Bursick. Excellent from McGeady. And Bursick does really well. It's crossed in again. And out it goes. There's a handball appeal there from Max Power. McGeady shows his quality there. Bursick does well. But Bursick, I think, has got cramp in his right calf by the look of it. Any other position on the pitch and the ref would be playing on with cramp, wouldn't he? But quality from McGeady there. Step over, outside, inside, good feet, beats his man, curls the shot into the corner. Good save by McGeady. Liam Bridcup was wise to it, threw himself at it as well. Great stuff there. Bursick. I'm really impressed with Liam Bridcup, actually, the Lincoln captain. He's really taken it upon himself, as a captain should, to try and sort of chaperone Bursick through this game. And it's been very obvious watching on the cameras. So a proper captain there, Bridcut. Is McGeady 40 yet? Those feet don't lie, though, do they? XFT Blues, formerly known as a Google user. They don't lie, do they? Nearly found the corner. Speaking of corners, here's one for Sunderland. And they're looking for Wyke. Flicked away. Looks like Shaylee's back from the in-laws. Say hello to Shaylee in the chat. Hello, my darling. How was mother and father-in-law? They're only around the corner. Shaylee is known to take questions as well in the chat. If you want to know anything about my home life. Nothing too personal, obviously. I want chips. Now that I like. Right. So I will say here now, live on the internet, Shaylee, that if you order something, whatever you order, I will pay for. Go ahead, my darling. Always popular. Annie says hello, Shaylee. Alex says hello. Alex is on Patreon. QPR Forever, who made us the cakes, says hello as well. James, gutted that McGeady didn't work out at Everton. What, James, why was that? Explain to me why it didn't work. There she is. Channel legend. And there you go. Chris may or may not have got some of Shaylee's cake. Was just there you go. Shaylee's on the Turkish website already. Big up Shaylee, says James. We'll get her on screen. She can't come on at the moment for obvious reasons, but now Iain has said that, not me. Iain has said that. If anyone does want a super chat and pay for Shaylee's chips, then yeah, go for it. And well done, Alex. Bakewell tart. My dear mother used to make me Bakewell tart. Tremendous. Didn't suit the Premier League. What do you mean, James? What, just in terms of mobility, maybe? I know exactly what you mean. Some players just don't do it, do they? Liam saying hello as well to my better half. Right, Annie was asking what Lee Johnson was going to do. Not what Shaylee's going to do on Deliveroo or Just Eat or whatever. He's about to make 2 substitutions, Annie. Be prepared for no donations now. Oh, Iain. You're probably right, my friend. How far is the Turkish, Shaylee? Was it in Bedford? Will that be quicker than Lakeview down the road? Do they deliver? Deary me. Wyke, I think, has been penalised. Oh, that's tremendous. We're not in Ipswich, though, but we should give a shout-out to the Blue Monday sponsors. Favourite chicken. Shaylee has sampled favourite chicken, though, FXT. I wish I was on a health kick for sure. Right, Grant Leadbitter has come on. Former Ipswich player there. Going to have to hit rewind there, sorry. Too busy thinking about food. My bad if I miss something in the next 2 seconds. Sorry. Right, I'm going to hit pause really, really quickly. My apologies here. Leadbitter and Stewart on for Power and Jones. Leadbitter and Stewart are on for Power and Jones. You knew someone was going to do it. Alex, you absolute legend. You're so kind. Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much. There you go. And you have ingratiated yourself with my missus big style. Thank you so much, Alex. It's very, very kind. £5 super chat from Alex will definitely get us some food. That's very, very kind. Alex, who's also on Patreon as well. You're too kind, Alex. Millwall, I'll buy you a beer, I promise. I owe you one. Actually, I owe a lot of people a lot. So thank you to all of you subscribers who are all so gracious and kind. So it was Ross Stewart and Grant Leadbitter coming on just moments ago now. Lee Johnson has made his move. Iain, thank you so much. Very, very, very kind. You're paying for my dinner tonight. Very, very kind indeed. Crossed in from Gooch. Oh, it's loose. Edge of the box here is Stewart. Oh, he curls it over the top. Oh, goodness me. Thank you, David, as well. Something to wash it down with. Guys, you're too kind. Stop now. Stop. Thank you very, very much for your super chats. I know they're not all for dinner, but that doesn't miss by much, does it? Alex, Iain, and David, thank you so much. Really, really kind. We're trying to do this full time. And those of you on Patreon will know that Shaylee's earning capacity will diminish greatly in August. Oh. Now, referee Hicks played an advantage then. Out it went. He's pulled it back. He's booked Liam Bridcut. So he should be giving the free kick. Hey, I'm not going anywhere near Weatherspoons until this Indian variant's under control, Alex, for sure. Thank you, Iain. Very, very kind. Ewan's been supporting all season from his lofty perch as a Watford fan. Oh, big style. Actually, with QPR Forever, I've learned all the good parking spots as well. I've been there so many times now. Love going to QPR, especially on a Tuesday, Wednesday night. Great place to watch football. And the great thing about QPR is there's one whacking great reason why I can persuade Shaylee to come. Westfield is right next to it. Brilliant. Well done, you lot. Brilliant stuff. Such a great community we've got here. Thank you so much. Right, here come McGeady down the left-hand side. McGeady against Bridcut. McGeady goes with the left foot, clips it in. It's going to go loose here. Leadbitter. I think it's the first time he's got on the ball. O'Neill now down the right. O'Neill crosses in. Ooh. Bursick gathers it. I just thought it had gone loose on the near post there for sure. It hadn't. Is there a shopping centre next to Ashton Gate, Annie? All I know about Ashton Gate is the only Fools and Horses flats are right next to it. Although I did take Shaylee to Ashton Gate once, but there was a Blue Monday meet-up beforehand when Ipswich were playing, so. QPR, you can't see anything. Well, Jeff, if you're sitting away and you can't see anything, but I tend to sit on halfway, and there's still a post in the way at some points, but there you go. O'Neill down the line. And crossed in. Oh, lovely looking ball. Oh, well defended by Monsma there. Great cross in from the right there. Sunderland are pushing now. Lincoln hemmed back in. And Monsma did really well with Charlie White breathing down his neck. It was Lyndon Gooch wrestles it. O'Neill, it's a great cross that, isn't it? Begging to be put in. It was Ross Stewart in the middle. Oh, here they come again now. Gooch cross deflected and cleared out. My goodness me. Sunderland are really on top for this past 3-4 minutes now. Looks like Lee Johnson did get the substitutions right. They're having an impact on the game state, but they need the goal, don't they? Get this back to 1-1. I think we're going to get another look at that one. It's the second one, actually. Gooch's cross deflected off Timothy Iyoima. Liam's talking my language there. Liam knows I like a Wagamama, doesn't he? Literally walk out the stadium straight into a Wagamama at Milton Keynes. You love to see it. Which one's Ellerslie Road, QPR Forever? Is that the one that Sir Les sits in? That's the one I sit in. If so, then yeah, we'll definitely have a beer. The Lincoln fans all up on their feet there, getting behind their players. Great to see the fans back in. Shouldn't be a thing that I'm excited about, a chant in a football stadium, but it is, sadly. Gooch turns inside. Wrong decision, really. Bridcut, again, he's been excellent, hasn't he, Bridcut? More for his chaperoning of Bursick in goal, but right place, right time, Bridcut. What is Bridcut's former clubs? I'm sure I've seen him play for many. Forest, Brighton. Who else has Bridcut played for in the Czech? Can anyone remember? Oh, now here's Stewart in the 10 position. Can he feed White through? Yes, he can. Charlie White is in and he's missed it. But I think the offside flag is going to go up. It was a bit of a lame duck of a shot. Poor linesman there, just looking at him. Proper shield in his eyes from the sun. Palace 0, Arsenal 1 in the Premier League. It is... so Spurs are 2-1 down at home to Villa. Newcastle 1, Blades 0, Everton 0, Everton 1, Wolves 0, Palace 0, Arsenal 1. South Africa Road stand. Ashton Gate, and here I always sit in the Lansdowne, which is... Oh, it's going to go! Oh, my God, it's 2-0. What happened there? It's a horrible mistake by Lee Burge. Brennan Johnson has scored. It's an absolute disaster for Sunderland. Lincoln are 2-0 up, and I think the goalkeeper clearance has just been charged down. Absolutely out of nowhere, this game has completely swung in Lincoln's favour. Poor Lee Burge. Sky had just given me a tight close-up on his face. What on earth happened there? The back part isn't the best. Oh, no. Oh, God. It's Tom Flanagan lets the ball run. Fair dues to Brennan Johnson for charging it down. And Lee Burgess just smacked it right against the Nottingham Forest low knee. Oh, no. They've got it all wrong. It's a horrible, horrible mistake. The bounce goes lucky for Brennan Johnson. And look at those fans behind the goal. They're thinking, what's going on here? Johnson looks over. The goal stands. Lincoln 2, Sunderland 0. The substitutions seem to have been working. And then it's a horrible, horrible mistake. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Burge, I take it, is a left-footed goalkeeper. The back pass wasn't the worst, but Johnson, wide awake, charges it down. And, oh, dear, it's a horror show. Yeah, look at Lee Johnson's face. Oh, my God. What can you do about that if you're a manager? What can you do? Absolutely nothing. Brennan Johnson has put Lincoln, the Forest low knee has put Lincoln 2-0 up. Scully shoots from long range wide. Oh, what is going on? Dearie me. Big oof. Lincoln versus Blackpool. Yeah, who gets short money on that now. Ouch. What an utter disaster. How is this happening? Oh, dearie me. I was just looking at the sofa score graph, all Sunderland, and then, oh dear, oh dear. Normally, the things we look for on the back pass, did he underhit it? Did he give the keeper a good angle to clear it? He doesn't underhit it. I think we just need to give Johnson some credit. But Lee Burgess, if he's being charged down, he's got to hit it out towards the touchline, not in towards the middle of the pitch. Oh, dear. There's not that much wrong with it, I have to say. But, oh, man. Johnson holds his hands to his ears. Well played, Brennan Johnson. He's going to have a great career, isn't he? See if he surpasses his father, who was a great player. But it's Lincoln 2, Sunderland 0. Sunderland hate the playoffs. Oh, my goodness. D-Jam, legend. Go and follow D-Jam. D-Jam, give your channel a plug. Great lower divisions YouTube channel here. Going to be some big clubs, absolutely, in League One. Give yourself a plug in the chat and go and give him a subscribe on YouTube there. Good guy. D-Jam, sacked in the morning, dearie me. Goal of the season, that's horrible, wasn't it? Uncomfortable to watch. Really need a goal back now, the Mackhams. You're telling me, Caps Cow. That was most unfortunate, but you can't make that sort of game in a playoff, a mistake in a playoff. No, you can't, 100%. Gaza, 1-0 wasn't a bad result. Now need 3 to avoid penalties. Totally right. Totally right. How ironic the year Sunderland break their Wembley hoodoo. Looks like they won't be getting there. Yes, they won the pizza trophy, didn't they? Lincoln versus Blackpool. Well, that's where the smart money's going. Leadbitter. Ooh, long range are deflected. Looked like it was deflected closer to the corner there rather than away from Bursick in the goal. Good drive and hit by Leadbitter. Oh, no, actually, to be fair, that did fall. Bursick. Corner for Sunderland. They desperately need a goal. VAR may have... Oh, did it hit his hand? Well, Chris, you're totally right. If it did hit his hand, it would have been disallowed. You cannot score direct from a handball, which is... and this is a stupid thing with the handball law now. It depends what happens after it as to whether it's deliberate or not. In comes the cross and headed over the bar. Right, here's some news. I've got a Snapchat from Shaylee. This might tell me about a food order, mightn't it? What does it say? A smiley face and a dog. There we go. You love to see it. Nessie, my dog downstairs. What is wrong with Sunderland in the playoffs? I don't know. Same as Ipswich and Derby and Preston and Brentford. Should have been disallowed by the current laws. Well, would have been disallowed by VAR, wouldn't it? But we cannot hold Mr. E, we cannot hold the human beings to the VAR standards, but of course you're right. By the current laws, you cannot. There is no deliberate or not deliberate if you score straight from it. It is deliberate or it is just handball, isn't it? George Grant is down in the centre circle. Maybe it's destiny next season. Sunderland chant in the playoff final again for the third time. Palace 0, Arsenal 1. Thanks, Tom. Nicola Pepe, 35 minutes there. God, don't want the dog eating that type of food. Sunderland playoff hoodoo looking that way. Big support for Sunderland as well. And it's not going well. Michael Appleton is doing the business here. Lincoln 2, Sunderland 0. And just when they were getting it together, they were on top. A horror show of a goal. Crossed in from the left. George Grant gets the clearance. Here is Leadbitter into Scowen, who is last man in the centre circle. Not no more, as they would say in Suffolk. Really appreciate that. Very kind words. For me, I think League One is the most exciting in the league. If you're on YouTube and you can click straight through to DJ, just go and click and give him a subscribe. Let's give him a little boost during this one. Very knowledgeable guy. So go and check him out. I know a few of you lot would be right up your street. Why, Lee? Why? Nice one, QPR. Great stuff. Go and give DJam a sub. Right. We're going to get another substitution now for Lincoln. Looks like Conor McGrandles is coming on, who Liam was mentioning in the chat earlier. Huge throw in, headed clear. Gooch. Gooch crosses it in left-footed. Oh, good catch. Safe. Well done, Volt. Having watched this game, watched the playoffs so far, what are your thoughts on next season? Well, speaking about Ipswich, they would have stood no chance against Blackpool or Lincoln in the playoffs from what I've seen these last 2 days. So, look, they were miles off, weren't they? Thoughts for next season? Well, Callum Connolly, Sonny Bradley, we're thinking. They're going to be a short price, put it that way. There you go. Second in the Championship to League One playoff disaster. Lincoln goalkeeper seems pretty good, says Volt. He's on loan, emergency loan indeed. Ben agrees with you, Volt. Yeah, he's had a good game, actually. And I do owe him. I was a bit stiff on him in that Stoke-Huddersfield game earlier in the season. So we'll give Bursick all the credit. Here comes Morgan in off the right. That's a dreadful ball. Looked a bit tired, didn't he? Maybe that might be the substitution. Did that substitution take place from McGrandles? Yellow card there. But the best news of the night is the glorious legend that is Shaylee Bakes has ordered some food. You can't imagine how excited I am about that. Well done. Thank you guys for the super chats. John, seen a few of DJam's videos. Just subscribe. Brilliant stuff. Nice one. Good. Support this YouTube community here. Oh, big diagonal there. Oh, bit risky there from Ayoima, but he's got away with it. And McGrandles draws the foul there, sitting in central midfield. Ewan, thank you for dinner. Who was it? Ewan, Alex, and David. Thank you so much. I'll get the rest. Don't you worry. Very, very kind. Playoff games tomorrow, guys. I'm not covering League Two, but there must be. Alan, you must have a chance next season. Going to be a lot of big clubs. You can tell me about it. Yeah. League One is the big club graveyard, isn't it? Those clubs who have been incompetent over however many years and ended up there go and duke it out. Well done, guys. Well done for supporting DJM. What a result. Sunderland away again next season. And Bits isn't lying. He will actually go, even if it's on a Tuesday night. Alex, spool back, my friend. We did a bit... what are we in? We're 2 hours in now. Alex, if you spool back about 45 minutes, we talked during halftime about Collins to Luton. If it helps, we bring a screenshot up of him. So when you scroll back, check that one out. Tranmere Morecambe. Homemade chicken pie selfie. Sophie, you love to see it. They're just showing the first goal again on Sky, scored by Tom Hopper. Oh, I don't even want to watch. I'm not going to watch the second goal again. I'll look at you. Not good. Not good at all. Hope Morecambe can make it. Night out in Newcastle, Bits. Hey, I'm too old, mate. I'm too old. Can't be doing that. Tranmere Morecambe tomorrow. Yeah. I don't have enough bandwidth in this brain to do League Two as well, but I'm sure you guys will be all over it and let me know what's happened. There you go. Ask James. He knows what's happening at all the Merseyside clubs. Too young. Not me. Liam Bridcut has got the man of the match from Sky. We'd said he was playing well. Who's giving that? It's Keith Andrews, is it? He loves a centre midfielder, doesn't he? Can someone help Riley out? Because I can't help. National League playoffs? Anybody on that one? What's going on, Ewan? Links for Watford. Smart me up, buddy. Here come Lincoln. I think they're going to try and stay in the corner there with McGrandles. And they've won the foul. Well played. John Flanagan completely eyeballing the linesman. I think referee Hicks might have something to say about that. Free kick to Lincoln then. I'm sure they'd happily just kill some time here, but hey, they could completely kill the tie if they can get a decent delivery and a header on goal here. Mr. E, still more than 90 minutes to go in this tie. Absolutely. Get a third here and it's over. You would think they've put a few in the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the box. Not the normal setup, but in comes the free kick from the right. Oh, it's a decent delivery. It's fallen on the back part, on the back post to Morgan Rogers, who has frankly looked knackered for about the last 10 minutes. I would be surprised if he even lasted through stoppage time. I'm sure Appleton might be thinking about subbing him out. Tom Hopper is down. Of course he is. Running it down. National League North. York are looking like prime Barca. Brilliant. Great odds for, or not great odds, Jay, depending on how you look at it. Looks odds. Sorry, you're right. Great odds for a Sunderland. If anyone wants to take that bet, yeah, I'll even lay you on that one, for goodness sake. Watford linked with Chair. Interesting. Lewis, Ferguson, Chair, Darlow, Jans Petter Lenz. Interesting. Thoughts on the Bursic situation? Well, the emergency loan rules are there, George, and he's played well, actually, hasn't he? Jack Diamond has come on for Tom Flanagan for stoppage. I've got 6 minutes of stoppage time, actually, guys. Lincoln fans will want things to stay exactly as they are. Sunderland desperate to get another chance, another shot on goal. See if they can get it back to 2-1 and make it a 1-goal deficit going into the second leg. Full time, Everton 1, Wolves 0. That's bad news for our dearly departed friends Leeds, isn't it? Can someone check the Premier League table for me? Does that put Everton above Leeds now? Big header clear there. Here is Leadbitter. McGeady deep. feeds it in. Wyke. And it's going to be a Lincoln throw. They've killed 2 minutes of stoppage time. I'm sure they're going to kill another 30 seconds with the throw in. Ethan, Everton above Leeds. I thought so, yeah. Leeds 10th. Well, still brilliant from Leeds. Arsenal are winning as well. Okay, bad news for our friends at Leeds, but still good news overall, isn't it? Now, here comes Hopper, and they've won another throw-in. And again, all the Lincoln players immediately turn around and walk away from the ball. No one wants to take this throw-in. Professional performance, Matthew. Easy for me to say. Agreed. Lincoln 2, Sunderland 0. Hopper with the opener, and a bit of a horror show, we have to say, for the second goal. Sophie went to Prenton Park. Fog was so fit we couldn't see any of the 3 goals for us. 2 for Tranmere, scored at the far end, have a soft spot for Rovers ever since. I always used to like Tranmere when John Aldridge was playing for them. Felt like a bit of a cheat code, didn't it? Having John Aldridge in the second tier. Here is Rogers. And Rogers has won the free kick. Clever, clever, clever. 93-20 on the clock. And Lincoln have got a free kick sort of 10 yards into the Sunderland half. Gooch, silly tackle, wasn't it? Just smashes into Morgan Rogers. I've been wrong about him, actually. He's gonna last the game, isn't he? Rogers pushing forward again. Him and Gooch are having a good old battle there. All is fair, though, and it's a goal kick to Lee Burge and Sunderland. Looks like Brennan Johnson is coming off. 94 minutes up. There is that Johnson goal again. Look at those Lincoln fans. Up on their feet before it goes in. Brilliant stuff. So Johnson is going off. And Harry Anderson has come on. Dazela's a chair replacement. They have to retrain him. He's more a deep line midfielder than a number 10, but more than capable. Just been a bit of a basket case of a club for the last few years, hasn't he? Haven't been using the fake news. We had to use, do you know what? I nearly went in the fake news sin bin yesterday. I kept getting the referee wrong. Or was it Monday? But no, the standard of chat has been very good, Ewan, recently. Thoughts on Alex Griffin? Alex is lovely. I've met him a few times. Lovely chat. Lovely chap. Chap. So, yeah, I would count Alex as a friend. And he makes very entertaining. I don't know where he comes up with the ideas for his videos, but they are very entertaining. Mine are a bit more nerdy, obviously, but yeah, he's a good lad, Alex. Right, 95-42 on the clock. This is pretty much all over. Lincoln have a free kick. I wouldn't be surprised even if they just booted it over the stand and George Grant's going to have a shot. Grant, yeah, he hits it straight down the throat. What is Hopper doing? Deary me. Some grade A S-housery there from the Lincoln number 9. It's Spurs 1, Villa 2. Great win for Villa at Spurs. Big hoik forward, and surely referee Hicks is going to blow soon. Although Sunderland are going to have one last attack. No, they're not. George Grant has got in the way and got that one clear. 96-25. We are over the allotted stoppage time. I am confident this game is going to finish, so I'll remove my laptop over here. The ball's bouncing around midfield. 96-45 now. Referee Hicks letting it go a minute over the allotted minimum stoppage time. Here is McGeady. McGeady across to Leadbitter, feigns to shoot. We're into the 97th minute now. It's a goal kick, and surely that is that. Yeah, referee Hicks calls that one right. It was Wykes, and it's all over. Michael Appleton fist bumps with his staff. He's going to go and shake hands, I think, with Lee Johnson, unless he has already, and I've missed it. And Lincoln have won the first leg of the League One playoff semi-final 2-0. Hopper with the opening goal, tapping in after Grant's shot took a little deflection, and then a horror show from Lee Burge in goal for Sunderland. And it was Brennan Johnson who took advantage. Yes, if there was VAR, it probably would have been disallowed, but there isn't, and it wasn't. And Lincoln 2-0 up. There is Liam Bridcut. He was excellent. Joseph Bursick in goal for Lincoln was excellent as well. And it looks very, very strong odds that it's going to be Lincoln versus Blackpool in the final. Lincoln have a 2-goal lead. Blackpool have a 3-goal lead. Get your final comments in on that one. I'll just bring the numbers up, guys, and we'll get your final say before I go and hopefully eat some food. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? So 60-40 for Sunderland in terms of the possession. 18 shots to 14. So open game, let's just say. But only 5 shots to 3 on target in Lincoln's favour. 5 corners to 5. 3 big chances to 1 for Lincoln. Sunderland did hit the woodwork twice. And particularly, Bailey Wright should have scored. And it was 1-0 at that point, wasn't it? But hey, we've spoken about fine margins in all of the other games, haven't we? Callum Britton, big chance missed for Barnsley. Brian Mbuemo, big chance missed for Brentford. And also, do you remember Oxford 2-0 down, and Sykes and Henry missed big chances there. So look, you got to take your chances. It's knockout football. A very, very cruel mistress. Get your final comments in, and then we'll do some shout outs to finish off. Be interesting to have either Blackpool or Luton in the champ. Enjoyed it? Yeah, absolutely. Well, I thought Lincoln deserved to win that. 2-goal margin, a bit harsh on Sunderland. Lincoln 2 up and the best away record in Link 1. Wowza. Lincoln v Blackpool. Final proper tasty. Full stadium alight, and you might see Sunderland come back, but I can't see it with a reduced crowd. Good point. My Nan says Lincoln have a better XG than Bristol Rovers. Is that? I've got no idea. Good on you, Nan, though, for knowing what XG is. QPR Forever, enjoy your grub. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, everybody who got involved. You did as well. Well done to Lincoln. Sod my internet and TV. Someone go and buy Liam a new smart TV. It's buggered. Excuse my language. Brian, if Lincoln versus Blackpool, they're the only team in the playoffs who've scored against Blackpool. Very interesting. Good point, Brian. Well said. Norwich are in talks of a rebrand, tidying up the stadium base sponsors. Nothing too big, really. David really thought it'd be a draw tonight. Sunderland win second leg. Right. Let me know if you want a shout out before we go. I will very, very quickly just do a couple of thank yous. Thank you to all the super chatters. Amazing. And I think we're having some food on you guys, which is very kind. Thank you to Charlie, who sponsors all our watch-alongs, 30 years of Laurel. Here's to many more. And of course, if you are friends with Charlie on social media, just give him a message. Got some health issues at the moment and would appreciate, I'm sure, would be happy with me saying would appreciate your contact with him. Patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thursday Q&A tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Always good questions in there. Super chat. Say no more. You guys have been brilliant tonight. And great growth on the channel. Feels like only minutes ago. You can see that 15,000 there. We were celebrating that with 16,300 subscribers now. Playoff season has been very good for the numbers. And, of course, 20% off your order. Our sponsors, Cardsplug, cardsplug.com/Bloom. Get yourself one of these bad boys. Cardsplug/Bloom. Enter the discount code Bloom at checkout. Get 20% off your order. What are we saying in here? Thanks, Ben. Legend, mate. Woodwork still rattling, yeah. How rubbish the Sunderland shows you if you don't get... Oh, God. You're talking to an Ipswich fan, so I know all about this league. Liam, see you tomorrow. Hopefully your TV's all right. If Chelsea somehow drop out of the Champions League spot but win the final, I think the Conference League spot may jump to 8th place. The Leeds want to get in that. All those games. Sophie, legend. Probably speak to you on the Q&A. David, thank you. Brian, you're very, very welcome. Is that a Blackpool shirt? Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Join us for the second Blackpool leg as well. I know I'm up against, what's his name? Lee, who does great Blackpool vlogs, but we'll be here. Bits, legend. Leeds 2021 legend. Annie, Alex says hit that like button. Yeah. Beautiful stuff. Thank you, everybody. It was Lincoln 2, Sunderland 0. We know now what's happened in all of the League One and Championship playoff semi-final first legs, because last night it was Oxford 0, Blackpool 3. Join us now. We've got a day off. Join us on Friday for more League One. And then the 8-hour super mega marathon on Saturday. It should be a chore, but I can't wait. Honestly, if there's any more messages, I'll click them up in the outro. And it's a very big and lovely over and out from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I'll be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.